since I was a little kid, you know. And one day when I started writing this story, I originally wrote this, I had this idea, I got fired, everybody pretty much knows the story, I got fired from a job as a bouncer. And I was working in New York as an actor, you know, not big, but I think the biggest thing I got was an understudy on Broadway. And a quick story, I got another study on Broadway in 1982, and I went back to my neighborhood and I told all the guys that I'm on Broadway, and they were all excited, they wanted to come and see me. And they said, wow, we're gonna come and see you when it opens, we're gonna come. I said, well, you can't come. And they said, well, what do you mean we can't come? You just told us you're on Broadway. And I said, well, I'm on Broadway, but I'm an understudy. And they said, what's an understudy? They didn't know what an understudy was, these guys. So I said, well, if something happens to the guy, then I go on. Not realizing what I just said. And about 5 minutes later, actually the guy at the very end, Carmine, he was still alive in 1982. And he said to me, came over to me and said, you want to go on? And I said, excuse me? He said, you want to go on? And I was like, no. I realized what he was saying to me. And I said, no. And he says, don't worry, we'll make it look like a mugging, nobody's going to know. And I had to really convince him not to do anything. I mean, you couldn't say nothing to those guys, you know, it was pretty scary. But then in 1986, I left to go to LA, and then I got fired because I ran out of money, I became a doorman again.